One student organization on Lindenwood University's St. Charles campus is facing tough questions after accusations of harassment.
The group is a Christian organization called A Cross Between. LUTV's Jacqueline Cook is live in the studio with this developing story. Jacqueline?
The university newspaper, The Legacy, released a story Wednesday detailing claims of harassment. A Cross Between is a religious student organization made up of mostly Christian students, though members of all faiths are welcome. We spoke with the Legacy's editor and school director of student life and leadership about the story and what's next for the group.
Legacy editor-in-chief Natasha Sokovich says she had been receiving complaints about the organization since early January. Students came to the newspaper looking for ways to share their stories.
We've had several dozen students come to us with similar concerns, concerns about being bullied, intimidated, harassed by the group. So it was definitely something, as an advocate for the students, that we felt it was our duty to look into.
Darren Mamoni supervises the student computer lab in the school's Spelman Center. He says students often talk to him about student life on campus, but accusations of harassment from the group A Cross Between continuously kept getting brought up. One story included a female student who told Mamoni about a friend who had been assaulted for, quote, hanging out with the wrong friends. That's when he became concerned.
This group was saying you have these people to go out with and these people you don't go with. I have no idea because I've never known anything about the group. But just when I hear it more than 3-4 times from different people, I start to kind of wonder what's going on.
Carrie Cox is director of student life and leadership at Lindenwood University. He also has long-standing close ties with A Cross Between. He says those specific accusations are false and they were actually over another female and don't reflect the group. He says those involved apologize to each other, but acknowledges there's still a lot of talk about it.
The funny thing about that is, though, they sat down for an hour after that conversation and both of them apologized to each other and worked everything out. So it was one of those things to where, whenever they asked me that question about it, the student who they were talking about had already come to me and said that he felt that as he retracted that statement, there was a bias that wasn't being let go.
After student reporters for the Legacy began looking into bullying claims, Sokovich became concerned when students they interviewed started retracting their statements in fear.
They would come back to us later and say, look, I'm getting pressure from higher ups, and they wouldn't even name who it was, saying, you know, we're being pressured not to talk to you guys, we're being pressured to take back this story. Or some students that were just saying, we're afraid of what's going to happen to us.
One female student approached us claiming she was kicked out of A Cross Between because she was Jewish. Like many students quoted in the Legacy's article, she requested to remain anonymous. Cox says all students are welcome to the group and the organization is diverse.
Students of lots of different religions, and I think there are several students here on campus who've come to A Cross Between's events. They go to cross chats consistently. We've had Hindu students, Muslim students, Jewish students who have come, students of all different denominations. No one is turned away from coming to anything like that.
In response to the Legacy's article, Carrie Cox tells LUTV News the accusations mentioned in the article were situations taken out of context. He affirms students are allowed to join and leave the group if they choose. He says A Cross Between will continue to spread the word of God and love to everyone and doesn't anticipate a fallout from the article. The group is currently involved with community services in the St. Louis area and events at the campus of Lindenwood. If you'd like to read the full story from the Legacy, visit lindenlink.com. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Jacqueline Cook.